All right, we are back. We are back on the platform. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope we're all looking forward to the big fight this weekend. That is Brook versus Crawford. So, as you can see, controversial topic yet again with my good old thumbnail skills. Starting to use them more. I used to make better ones beforehand, but definitely better now as well. But yeah, we'll wait for some people to hop in the chat as well. Just wait for them to all come along. All right, so I'm just gonna jump straight into it. We got a lot of fans deflecting a lot of things, especially with this whole Wilder Fury thing. What's great about boxing is that the other weight divisions don't always carry the same drama. So you don't always get that same, I guess, controversy that comes along with it. But, this topic of Wilder's skull injury, that was brought up around July, maybe early, mid-July, that was brought up. And to be quite honest with you, I mean, people are choosing to bring that topic back up. They are. They are choosing to bring it back up. For what reason? Probably because Wilder's come out just a week ago. Talk about his mediation with Fury and, him coming back to fight and all that good stuff. Geez, they're promoting the Crawford fight. A little more, eh? But yeah, overall, people are making videos now. People are making videos of that. It wasn't a real injury and that we should forget about it. We should forget about this dent talk, as they refer to it. But let me tell you something. The people claiming this don't know what they're talking about. They don't. Because just like with the gloves, this was meant to be photoshopped. Just like with the floppy glove, that was photoshopped somehow. With this, they want to create that argument again. But because it's been exposed that it's not photoshopped, because it's original, I mean, it's there, man. I mean, what other explanation is there? And I'll actually put a picture on the screen in a minute. Alex Cuff, good day. You say the same thing as Mr. Shelton. But I don't quite understand why people have the need to essentially say that this should be forgotten. This is on the internet now, and you can see it during the fight. If that is not skull dent, then what is it? Because what are people making videos about? They're like, right, it's there, but because we can't see it now, it means it's not real. You know what I mean? That's like if I get a bruise from playing rugby, for example, and then a week later the bruise or the black eye is gone. Does that mean it never happened? You know what I mean? I don't get it. Like, these are such poor arguments that you guys are bringing up, man. Like, be real with it. There is an injury. He has an injury on him. We're now gonna look here on the website because you see, I do my good old research. Okay? See, you fans are so concerned with forgetting shit. So causes. A dent in the head may have a variety of causes. It could result from an injury, be genetic, or indicate a medical condition. Oh, excuse me. I just want you all to read this. So skull fractures occur as a result of a blow or impact to the head. injury to the skull can occur after any direct force, such as a car accident, fall, or physical assault. Okay. Now, there's different types of skull fractures as it shows here, and I should do some research on this. Of the 4 types, a depressed fracture is most likely to look like a dent in the head. The dent occurs due to the displacement of the bone towards the brain. Now, can we be real? Let's bring up a picture. Let's bring up a nice picture. Not a very nice picture. Would you all agree that what was just stated there is pretty relatable to the pictures here? Let me be real quick. Okay. So, it said, of the 4 types, a depressed fracture is the most likely to look like a dent in the head. The dent occurs due to the displacement of the bone towards the brain. So, open fracture, closed fracture, depressed fracture, basal fracture. Okay. Now, I'm not sure which of all these fracture types are the worst. Like, I don't know if there's an actual like 1 to 4, like which one's more dangerous than the other. But let me just look that up real quick. 4 main types of skull fractures. Okay, let's see if there's a there are different names though. I can't find that right now, but we're going to bring this up now. This picture. Skull dent. Now, that looks like a depressed fracture. And you see how your jaw meets up here? Like if you feel like near your ears, there's a bone going up to the head, right? So that's the temple pretty much there. This is the temple area. Okay? That is the temple area. Let me go here. That is the temple area there. Okay, and that is the temple area there. And as you can clearly see, there are actually pores. You can see the sweat, obviously. And you can see that there's a bridge here. Okay? Which means that this has been ingrained in. Okay? It's not a swell. Okay? You can see here as well. There is literally pores here expressing the shape of it. That, my friend, is a depressed fracture. Okay? We're learning some science and we're learning some physiology here. That's a depressed fracture. Right there. Forget about the ear and all that. That, my friend, is a depressed fracture. That is a type of skull fracture, aka dent in head. Okay, or dent in the head. Bruised skull, as someone else called it. Okay. That. Salute, Black Star. Salute. Good show yesterday. Really good show. You had Stormy on. You had that guy that did music. You had P boxing. That was good, man. It was really good. Now, the channel that made the video is Showbiz. Who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about? No disrespect, but you don't know what you're talking about. All I gotta do is do a quick Google search and bring up these pictures. All I gotta do is this. All I gotta do is bring up these pictures, and these aren't the only ones of the dent. And I just gotta go in here. You look at a nice definition, the causes. Okay. Look at what it says here. A depressed fracture is the most likely to look like a dent in the head. That fits the description. And notice that they don't talk really, if they talk about physical assault, a punch or something hard. Yeah? And now let's look here. Severe head injury. Healing time. May take many months, although the pain will usually disappear in around 5 to 10 days. So the pain might go, but the healing process may take longer. Okay? All I need is to do a little search on the internet, and I've got all the information I need. Because just because he's with Taylor Swift and you can't see it, dude, it's healed. But it happened during the fight. It happened during the fight. You see, there's no way to debunk this. How the hell are you going to debunk this? You can't debunk this. Look, I can zoom in. That is not normal. You don't see that in a boxing match. I don't think I've seen Margarito do that to someone's skull. But he's messed people's ears up and their whole face up. Right? This is a skull injury, my man. That's a dent. And it's actually probably better from afar because it captures like the whole physical toll of the head. I mean, how, dude? Like, look how many months it can. Many months. Let's just say many is 3 to 4 months. Dude, he had an indentation in his skull, man. Okay? You on it, bro, from the beginning? Yeah, man, I'm on it. I mean, it's not very hard, though, to understand. I mean, like people after brain surgery, they can have a dent in their skull. And Wilder, again, he has 3 doctors. That's what I heard. 3 doctors that can prove this. You guys just have a poor understanding of physiology, man. You seriously do. You know injuries can happen. You know you can walk into your own Achilles and like your own toenail can cut it because you've stubbed the back of your foot. Yeah? You can get an eyelash in your eye and it's hard to get out, dude. Okay? And people can cheat in sport. It's not a smart idea to make a debunked video on something you can't do. Maybe tonight you can show on my show later, bro. What, this stuff that I've just shown you, Black Star? Let me just put your comment up. Salute, Boz. Salute. Wow, it looks really cool, like this, how it puts it up. Like the green outline and then the, the bar and then the comment and then the emblem. It's cool, man. I like StreamYard. You know? But, dude, it's so stupid to try. I mean, look. And I've got to, like, send this to people as well. Oh, let me just read this. Okay, don't worry about that. Dude, here, let me put it in the chat because people are going to say, oh, you're lying. Nope. You people are far too dismissive and you just want to, like, not talk about shit. Let me see what else there is on this. That is medical news today. What else? Because head injuries, my friend, like that are not normal. Yeah, bro, all the evidence you be finding, bro. Yeah, I'd like to. I gotta go to the gym and train people. Gotta go to the gym and train people because it depends what time you're on, Black Star. But I would love to be on your show, and if anyone else is on there that, I can't really I don't know, man. Rap star knowledge, whatever, dude. That guy, I don't know. He's got something against Wilder. Like he himself doesn't even believe this stuff. So, it depends who's on there. But I'd love nothing more than be on your show, man. I mean, you should have more subscribers than me, to be fair. Let me just see this, dude. Like, let me see this. Hold on. The depressed fracture. Oh my god, dude, this is too good. I'm just like, oh my lord. Half of these are UK websites as well. There's no escaping this shit, man. Watch it with all due respect. If White doesn't take it to court, is there any point of the glove, dent, and water accusations? Well, let me tell you this. First of all, we can all see it, and I'm sure you can confirm that, Boz. But second of all, man, he's going to court for mediation. I think after the fight, he will go to court. I can't tell Wilder what to do, man. I can't tell him what to do. There's no way, man. Now, let me bring this up. Okay? This is, I'm not sure what this is from, Mountain Healthcare. Let's read this. A depressed skull fracture happens when one or more fragments of the skull bone are pushed inward. See B on the illustration. That is that. Okay? An indentation with no breaks in the bone happens more often. Well, that's they're talking about freaking children here as well. All right, but that's a diagram there. Okay, so that's probably not as relevant, that one. But this one, let me see. Hold on. This is another freaking surgery may be needed to lift the bone. Hold on a minute. What's this doing? Salute, Stormy. Salute, Stormy. Oh my god, I got Storm. What an honor it is to have Stormy B, man, in the chat, saluting me and the chat. What an honor. And that goes for Black Star as well. This week in court, dude, it's happening. There's no escaping this, man. No running. Dude, Tyson is screwed. I'm looking at shit on the internet of what causes skull fractures and different types of skull fractures. Dude, there's linear, open, closed, diastatic, basilar fractures that can do damage to the spinal cord. But the depressed fracture, that's the one where the skull is being pushed in. Surgery may be needed to lift the bone, especially if it's putting pressure on the brain. So when Mr. Showbiz makes a video debunking, you haven't debunked anything. If you don't see the dent in his skull now, that probably means he got surgery. Hence why he has those doctors with him. He has those 3 doctors. 3's the number I heard. 3 doctors with him, man. 3 doctors that said, hey, you need to get surgery. Or he probably got it after the fight, within a week or 2. But he definitely was given medical advice by those 3 doctors. Hey, you got to get surgery. You got to get this type of surgery for this type of injury. Oh, and by the way, you can't get this dent from a boxing glove or a boxing fight. Because the description for that is if you're physically assaulted. Now, physical assault is out in the street. Like, so for example, if you're in a street fight and someone hits you with like a pole, a crowbar, their bare knuckle, a knuckle duster, a ring in between, or a rock. You understand what I'm saying? Let me read into this a bit more. And again, that fracture, like, it's hard to see at first because I didn't see it during the fight. You understand? Dude, who is this Bruce? Actually, I gotta make Stormy a mod on here. I gotta make him a mod. Bruce Lobo, man, speak English because I don't know what you're saying, man. And I don't want to have to translate it because I've had plenty of people on here from South America diss me out. Let me just see this. Look, I got 6 dislikes already, and I don't give a shit because I'm telling the truth. we're gonna add you as a moderator. And we're also gonna add you. Where are you from? It doesn't matter, man. Pick up the accent. You should know where I'm from. What language is that? Alright, let me see this. If anyone wants to jump on now, they can. I can send you the email. I'll be back in a sec, people. Alright, you can just put in the chat what you'd like if you want. I just gotta sort something out. Be back in a minute. Lord have mercy. I'm running everywhere with this. Okay, we are back. Bruce Lobo, I'm from Australia. Discuss what you would like to see happen next between Wilder and... That's what it is. It is effery. I'll keep a PG today, eh? I would like this to happen, okay? I would actually like for Fury and Bob Arum to essentially just agree to the fight, even without having to try to do mediation, arbitration, all this stuff. Because I don't know how to explain that well. Fanon's probably the best at explaining that. No, he is actually the best at explaining that. Okay? But I would like for the mediation to be successful if they go through with that, and then they do the fight next. I would like for them to do the fight, and they can do the fight. Where can they do the fight? They can do it like how they did it with Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. They can get a bit of a crowd if they want. If they don't want a crowd because Wilder's not concerned with what do you call it? He's not concerned with all that business. He says whether there's a gate or not, I will fight. He's not worried about that. You know? Oh, you Portuguese. Okay. Cool, man. Salute to you. Wolf. Bruce Wolf. Okay. So that's what it means. Yeah, so look, man, like it's got to happen next. And then after the third fight, I think Wilder will win because I don't think there's really any way that Fury's going to get out of it. I mean, out of it without having his freaking head knocked off. That's that. Like, he can get banned after. They'll probably drop the evidence on him after the fight. Win, lose, or draw. So I just want Fury to take the next fight, which is Wilder. I don't want to hear about any other fight between those two. Interim fight or skipping out. Nope. You got to take it, man. And you're in there with a man possessed now as well. It's not like last time when, he had everyone against him, His own country was just about against him in that arena. To be fair though, it was filled with UK people, UK fans, sorry. And the first time, I mean, Fury just freaking moved around far too much. He just moved so much in that fight. If Wilder wins third, we're back to square one apiece and a draw. Not from my view. That one is that one. If Wilder wins, which he should, if he doesn't get cheated again, I mean, like, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's a win. It's a win for him. He knocked Fury down. Look, honestly, dude, he knocked him out in that first fight. He got like 23 seconds of a break in that 12th round. I mean, it was ridiculous. But we're not back to square one because they won't fight a fourth time because he's too untrustworthy. Wilder wants him the third final time. Because I was going to make a trailer, like an extended trailer, an extended trailer for Wilder Fury 3. One last time. That's what I wanted it as. But, yeah. Do I speak Portuguese? A little bit. A little bit. Let us now, hold on a minute. Okay, let me bring this up. I should really have my thumbnail up when I talk about this, which is this. No one can explain that, really. No one can explain that to me at all. No one can. Salute IMST. Head injury. Again, depressed skull fracture, type of fracture may be seen with or without a cut in the scalp. This fracture part of the skull is actually sunken in from trauma. Requires surgical intervention. That's required to help correct deformities. So Wilder got a deformity, essentially, and he had to get surgery on it. That's why in April he was saying, yeah, I've had to get surgery on everything. Because, he almost got killed that night, pretty much. So that's pretty much where it is in terms of that. Okay. Let me just see this. Bob Arum said Wilder has as much of getting the trilogy, has as much of a chance, getting the trilogy as Trump has winning the election. Well, first of all, I don't know why he would even say that. The election is gone, unless he said it before that. Dude, Bob Arum's career is on the line. Dude, 3 strikes and you're out. It should be 1 strike, you're out. Luis Resto, Antonio Margarito, Tyson Fury. Those are the 2, man. Those are the 2. Because you see, they've been all under that. And there's people that have, tested positive before and all that good stuff, End of the day, man, not a good look at all. Oh, he said it today? Well, again, Trump's already lost. And I don't really care about that. You see how Bob tries to, change the subject? Put something else in to amplify it? Nah, man. Not going to work, man. Not going to work. Not going to work at all. Let me just see this. I got to get a whole bunch of shiz, man. Whole bunch of it. I got to send some information off as well. I just hope the third fight happens. And to be fair, I do hope it happens in December. I hope. You know, but January would be good. But February as well, I mean, that's a year to the fight, so oh man. People have lost so much credibility. So much. From media to fighters that have their take on it. Lost their credibility, man. Lost it. Lost it, man. Completely lost it. You see, they say Wilder lost it, but he's got stuff to back it up. You understand? None of this other shit. None of this other bullshit of just trying to deflect and trying to essentially just you guys are unbelievable. Seriously. Oh, dude. I think what the problem is you guys lie too much, and so when there's stuff that is revealed, you're very quick to jump on it. See, even when Showbiz made that video, right? When he made that video, okay? He made that video, like, what's today? Today where I am is the 13th of November, okay? November 13th. That was back in July. I addressed that shit in July, in August. But I addressed it now because people just want to act like we should forget about it. We don't have to debunk anything. There's nothing to debunk. The man had an injury in his head. He had an injury in his head. And because he had an injury, he had to get surgery. That's how it goes. Like, you know, if you break an arm or you pull a muscle, like what's the worst injury I've had? I rolled my ankle once, and some ligaments were out of place. They got put out of place. I rolled it badly. I was running as well. I rolled it. I couldn't walk almost on one leg. I had to walk, right? So I had to go to the physiotherapist, and they had to perform not necessarily a surgery, but something close to that, where they had to, you know, treat it and use, you know, different kinds of methods. And then I had to recover. So that's why when, you know, he's like that. Oh, look who we got in the chat. Look who we got in the chat. That's blood boxing, isn't it? Retro boxing. I'll give you a wrench, my man. I will give you a wrench because you, my friend, have good content, and I like your channel. Or you got two channels. Let me read these comments. IMST says Fury has gone from saying he's definitely fighting December 5th to he is hoping to. All very strange. Yes, all very strange. All very strange, eh? It was certainty and now it's a probability, eh? Fury gonna have to fight the trilogy. He has to. And Retro Boxing and Documentary said Fury will not let them call the shots. He is not that personality type. Yep. You know what Fury is? Fury is you watch mine too? I had no idea. You watched mine, but thank you. I appreciate that. Fury is that type of guy where it's like, it's my way or the highway. It's my way or the highway. You look at the Klitschko fight. I'm going to pull out if the ring is not fixed. I'm going to pull out if the gloves are not right. The fight is off. This and that. All that good stuff. I don't agree, but I'm still going to support you. That is absolutely fine. We all got opinions. We all got views. You know? So, yeah, I mean, Fury's just... He's a hard person to bargain with, my friend. He is very hard to bargain with. Okay? That man, like, he won't listen to anyone. He will not listen to many people at all.
I don't agree on all your points. I mean, you know, that's fine, man. Who does anyway, really? Hold on a minute. Let me give you a mod. Let me give you a mod. Add moderator. Yeah, I swear you got 2 channels. Let me just scoot on over here, because again, you know, I've done my research, dude. I've done my research. But you know, Stormy B Man, I don't know if he's still here, but he made some very good points on your channel yesterday, Black Star, about the whole situation. You know, and he certainly knows more than me on the sport. You know, he's been around it far longer than me, but I mean, I agree with what he said just about taking the fight. And he was on Drew Titan's channel talking about taking fights, you know, taking, doing that favor, you know, like Muhammad Ali did for Ernie Shavers, for example. Ernie Shavers needed money because I think his mother had an illness, but she was extremely sick. So Muhammad Ali gave him that favor. I'm pretty sure that's what Stormy said on there. I could be wrong. IMST says, let me see this. I would love KBL to beat him, but I think he would take a dive. Would be so funny. No, I don't want to see that. That's terrible, man. KBL's style doesn't cater for a win against Fury. He's not like, you know, Otto Wallen, right? He gave Fury problems, right? And he made him uncomfortable in there at times. It was a bad performance by Fury, but at the same time, Otto Wallen could have done more. But what did Otto Wallen do? He came forward and he was aggressive. And because he was a southpaw, that made it a little bit more tricky as well. However, with KBL, what's he do? Lateral movement. What was that? I thought my phone went off. Far out. Hearing noises everywhere. He gives lateral movement. He boxes on the outside. You look at his fights with Chisora and all these other guys, he will box on the outside. And if he wants to bang with you a bit, he will, but it's very minimal. He's just that German, European-style boxer. And he's very boring. His technique is decent, obviously. I don't know how many amateur fights he had either to back that up. But he's not beating Fury if he fights him, which he shouldn't fight him anyway. Because another thing that people miss is this fight's been ordered by the WBC, man. I gotta go. The journalist sent the stuff to me, but he sent me information. I don't know his name because he's under a different profile. And even if I did, I wouldn't reveal that just because of the privileges. But dude, like, unreal. Like, it's been ordered. You have to take it. If they sanction a fight, they approve of the fight. They approve of it. Parkour Master, salute, man. Hold on a minute. I gotta make sure there's no trolls here. You know what, though? I will say this. It is depressing talking about this whole situation. Because it's just bullshit at the end of the day. I just want to see the fights. You know? It's like, I feel like we're back in 2016 and 2018 when Wilder had no one to fight. He had no one to fight. No one to fight. He fought Spilka. Next was meant to be Povetkin. Fury got in the ring, just bugging out and making no sense at all, talking crap. When's the trilogy happening? Probably December or January. Yeah, I agree. What do you agree with that I said there? That it's like 2016 and 2018? Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Hard years, man. Hard years for the top guys. I was looking forward to Wilder Povetkin. I was too. Dude, they dropped that promo when Wilder's in the Russian forest. Well, someone dressing up as the Bronze Bomber, and like they turn around and what do you call it? They turn around and like the Bronze Bomber's there, and Povetkin like says something to him in Russian. That was such an anticipated fight. Russ Abner was training Wilder as well. He was in his corner, and then he popped dirty. It was just such a shitty. That was like one of the shittiest situations I'd gone through as a fan. I wanted that fight so badly, man. So badly. Oh, dude. I mean, Joshua he was getting asked about Wilder, and he's like, oh, respect to him, this and that. Fury was just messing about. He was failing tests and, getting injured and all this stuff. And then Klitschko was out because he was inactive. And, you got, perennial contenders back then, Chisora White, White was fighting guys like Dave Allen and all those guys. And who else was there? Ortiz. He had a suspension, and then he had to get back with it. Man, we got everyone in here today. I got Blood Boxing, I got IMST, Tyron Smith, Blackstar, and then I got my other usual people. So salute to them as well. Wasn't Povetkin mandatory for Wilder at the time? Yep, he was. He was mandatory. They were actually meant to fight in 2015 or earlier in 2016. Because I think Povetkin said he needed a warm-up. He said he needed a warm-up. And that's when Wilder, when Povetkin fought Mike Perez, I think he knocked him out in the first round. He fought him then, and he was like, yeah, he's on PEDs. Because he just looked different physically. Atrophy in the muscles, toned muscle, his face, like where his neck and throat meet, it all looked different. So when people bang on about why hasn't Wilder fought mandatories, dude, one failed, okay, and it was overdue because Vitaly retired, so we didn't fight Stavern, so they had to vacate it, emeritus champion for Vitaly, then the vacant WBC. Stavern and Wilder fought for that. You see, there's a lot, like Povetkin to me is one of the worst drug cheats to have gone through. Because that shit in his system was worse than stuff that Ortiz had failed for. It was. Ortiz failed for, what did he fail for? I'm not going to remember the name. It was a diuretic for like blood pressure or something. And then the other one was for performance-enhancing drug. Yeah. A performance-enhancing drug there. But Povetkin was heart pills, yeah. Let me read this chat. Are they actually going to court? They are. Here, I'll put the source in the chat. Watch. I'll put the source in the chat. Here we go. Your favorite Mike Coppinger. Yes, that's it. Mike Coppinger. I mean, what's the time in Alabama anyway? It is 6 p.m. Thursday. Okay. So that's where it's at. Hey, Tyrone, I could send you a link. Do you want a link, Tyrone? I could send you one. I could send you one, Tyrone. I might get you on here if you want. Just let me know. I'll send it to you via the WhatsApp. Because I don't trust any of the, like, I don't want a situation where I put it in and then people just come in when they want and, like, I don't know them, like Edge Note. I don't want people like that here. Unless they're willing to have a discussion. Let me just see. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I'll send it to you, Tyrone. Hold on. Just muted myself. Yeah, go check. I mean, what's it? They can't do Saturday or Sunday, can they? It's the weekend. But they're getting like a retired judge to look at it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, hold on. Just bear with me, Tyrone. Just bear with me. That's there. Okay, that is sent. Excellent. Skull injury. Okay, cool. That is done. If Wilder wins, what happens to the decision you think? The third fight happens. I mean, for me, that's the only logical outcome. But you never know what the judge will say. They'll say, "Oh, Fury can have an interim fight as long as he fulfills the next fight after that being Wilder." Can you imagine if it ends up being a no contest? No, that's not what it's about, though. You're talking about the cheating, the cheating stuff. This is just for the third fight to happen. It's I highly doubt the cheating shit is going to occur. I highly doubt that. I did see, however, on an interview with Brian Custer, it was like 30 seconds long because he's dropping it next week, I think, on the Last Stand podcast. He was like banging on about, what was he saying? He was banging on about like, oh, we're not going to wait around for no coward. So it's not looking good for Fury, though. It's not looking good at all. Okay, let me send this link. Let me send it. I got to type it out as well. When I type shit out, I go all quiet. Nope, that's wrong. I misspelt that. Let me just double check this. StreamYard.com/ This better work. All right, sending it. All right, that's there. Look, if there's a court case where it's where Wilder has the evidence and he shows it to the judge, if they find that sufficient enough, probably might go to a no contest, but not the first fight, because that's probably too what do you call it? That's too long ago. It's too long ago. Nah, see, that's why you got to read the article, dude. You got to read the article. Yeah, I think most people want to see the third fight now, unless you're from the UK that hates Wilder. Cool, I'll get on soon. Okay, yeah, I mean, I sent it to you, so hopefully that works. Actually, let me just test it now. I was thinking on Sunday, I'm not sure if Loz is going live. So I might go live instead and do a show. So I'll send the invite. Okay. Oh, is IMSC from the UK? Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm Canadian. See, I knew you were Canadian. I knew it. I love Canada. I've never been there. Boz is from the UK? Boz sounds like Loz. Loz D Punch Out. Boz D Punch Out TV. Wilder needs that third fight. He won't go back to purses of $2 million. How do you know he earns that much? How do you know he earned that much? What for the Stavern fight? How much do you get? That you got like one and a half. But you do know file purses are bogus. You do. Oh, we got Coach Chris in the building. Salute, good man. Let me see what's this say up here. Wilder might take him to court for cheating if he is unsuccessful with the mediation. You know what? He might. He might. That's a good point, IMST. It's a good point. You have no clue how much he makes. Yeah. Literally can't know unless you're doing his taxes. That's why I say, like, when these trolls say, "Oh, Wilder earns this much and that," dude, he probably look at the Ortiz fight. How much did he say? 1.5 million, right? 1.5. So he's probably earning like 4 to 6 million. You don't have the second largest crowd in Barclays history for no reason, and just get only that much as the heavyweight champion with how many title defenses was it then? It was 6 to 7, I think. Canada's good, but boxing is not popular. My favorite boxer from there, I think Razor Raddock's from there, Jamaican Canadian, and I like Adonis Stevenson. He was good. I'm gonna miss his fights. Let's put this up. Before Fury, I don't recall Wilder making mega millions, bro. His purses have risen dramatically, as did his profile. You are right about the purses rising and his profile rising. But, dude, I mean, he's been living in that mansion for a very long time. Money does not grow on trees, I'll say that. I mean, he's the most prolific knockout artist in this division. Probably close in boxing as well. Because he got that Alabama slammer. Jean Pascal was good. He's still fighting. Hold on, one sec. Let me see this. I was so pissed off when he lost to Hopkins. Man, Hopkins was good. I'm going to miss his fights as well. He was something special, that one. And he was right. When he preached it, he was right. What was Fury making before he fought Wilder? Yeah, this conversation's gone everywhere. I don't know how much he was making. I wouldn't know anyway. I'm not saying he was a low earner. I'm saying after earning 70 million from the Fury fights, you think he's going to go back to 2 to 3 million a fight? I mean, if he fought the guy from next door, he'd probably be earning that much, yeah, but it wouldn't drop that low, man. Come on. Like, you know what? Like, if he fought a guy like Kent Konaki, okay, they would do that in New York and that would sell. You know? I respect Hopkins though because he should age. I mean, how old is he now? He looks good for his age. He looks good. No cheating either. You know? None of that nonsense. None of that nonsense. Excuse me, I'm just eating, so I don't want to go into the mic. Let me read this.
Yeah, Al Heyman's his advisor. You got Shelley Finkel as his manager. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Wilder was smart to keep as much as he could. You know, like Joshua, for example, or Fury. Fury is a better example, actually. He has to pay Bob, and Bob has to pay him. So they're a mess. Here we go. It's funny that because MTK is one of the biggest managements in Europe, and because it's the biggest, what does that mean? How much longer you got to be live? I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep going. I got Tyrone on soon, so probably another hour or something. Frank Warren wants his cup. So let's get this straight. Fury has to pay his corner, his sparring. Let's just go with the corner. Bob Arum is his promoter. Frank Warren is his promoter. MTK, management. So not just the manager, the actual management. And I'm sure Kinahan's in there somewhere as well. I'm very sure. But Coach Chris is right. Boxing is a good old funny business, eh? A very funny business. Oh my lord. Well, he got his video taken down. See, that's what happens when you lie. People get angry. They get angry. They don't like when lies are spread. I'm not even charging this damn thing. It's so annoying. I can't believe I left it in there for the last 5 minutes without charging it. How annoying is that? Good talk, watcher, and chat. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm still on. I'm just saying. All right, Tyrone, I'll be with you in a minute. How much? Can I join it? You for a few? Oh, of course. Of course. I'll send you the link by email, Stormy. Oh, I have Tyrone's email. How about Vinny Paz? Oh, dude. Nah, you know what? See, when someone like that is talking about you, like saying that you're on performance enhancing drugs, dude, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. All right. Go, let Stormy on in the eye of the storm. I missed it, coach. Stormy Big Man salute. All right, hold on. Yeah, Vinny accused him because Vinny took steroids, I'm sure. Because you know when they say hanging out, that means they actually took it. 1 sec. All right. We good? We're good. What up, my champ?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just on the stream, man. Just on the stream.
Cool.
So what's poppin', man? You're on. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, yeah, I saw your thumbnail. It looked pretty distressing.
Oh yes, it is distressing, dude. I made that because someone today put a video up. Their video is now gone
Mm-hmm.
because they made lies up.
Yeah.
But I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, man, that's pretty clear. There's no way a pillow puncher could do that. I mean, you have to have like a bionic arm to do something like that.
Dude,
I've
I'm
never seen
watching.
anything like that.
I've been watching like Dwight Muhammad Kwawi and Matthew Syed Muhammad. They're not putting dents in each other, and like these are old school boxers. I mean, let me just read this comment. I sent you the link, Stormy, by email. Should be, yeah, should have gone through. I got to meet Vinny Paz in college a few times. He's a cool dude and about as straight as shooter you gotta get. I watched the movie on him when Miles Teller did the movie on him with Bleed for This. Yeah. Oh, he did a good job.
I'm trying to see like what the average pressure is.
Oh no, Tyrone, I put a link in.
Oh, okay.
If you scroll up, dude, hold on. It's undeniable, dude. If you try debunk whatever the fuck that means these days, dude, you're in the wrong. Like, let me read it out to you.
Yeah.
4 types of skull fractures. Medical news today. Okay, open fracture, closed fracture, depressed fracture, basal fracture.
That was depressed.
A depressed fracture is the most likely to look like a dent in the head. The dent occurs due to displacement of the bone towards the brain, hence why his face looked fucked up like that a little bit at the end of it. Actually, let me bring it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Like the pictures as well. I'll put the link in the chat again, just so you can. And this isn't the only website. This isn't the only website. Okay. It's distressing, dude. I mean, it's not normal, is it?
Especially from somebody who can't even dream himself dreaming about hurting somebody.
I know, right? So the guy tried to say that because it's not there now, it never happened.
No, it happened, obviously.
There's a picture and video of it. It's undeniable at this point.
That's why I don't like. That's how you know he had something in his glove. It had to be. Not even if he was not say. Okay, say he admits to having the floppy glove, right? Even that wouldn't do that.
No, because that's a different purpose altogether.
Because look at how big that dent is.
But that's from here, Tyrone. Like, if I don't zoom in, I can see it visibly.
Right.
And if I zoom in now, then we see more.
We need like
that's from Getty.
or something.
That's from Getty Images.
Yeah.
I can't see the cut though in the ear. I can't see the cut. And then this dude, they're like it's just a swell. It's just a swell. Dude, he got punched on this side of the face many times. He will swell. But that, dude, there's pores and there's ridge here, man. It's actually depressed in.
I'm actually trying to put my fingers like about it to see how it would fit when I throw a punch.
What, on yourself?
Yeah. I'm actually see how Knuckles can put that kind of L shape there. But
I mean, there's other
Might
pictures,
have
man.
plaster over it.
There's picture that I mean,
I'm trying to see,
let me just.
but I
Watch
don't
this
think
for
he
a
can
sec.
generate the amount of pressure that you need.
I gotta tell Stormy Bay, man.
'Cause I need to know the number actually. How many newtons? Not newtons, but pascals or something like that.
Dude, this is ridiculous. I
Oh.
mean, oh, we got Stormy. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Storm?
What's good, fellas? How you guys doing, man? Thanks for having me on. Watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
no problem.
not
No
much.
problem.
Just looking over this fucking skull dent. I've never seen anything like it from a guy, who can't dream of punching people.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct in saying that. And I
That's
just,
insane.
in some kind of way, I hope that some justice comes out of this. But as I said on the show last night, I was on Black Star. I said that this is the type of situation, as much as the main media is not trying to acknowledge it or whatever, this could bring the sport to its knees. This right here, this situation, man. And you got all these people out here that are like riding the wave of the fact that Deontay wasn't victorious in this fight, and their biasness, whether it was prejudice, whether they just didn't like the guy, whether they didn't like how he fights, whatever. The fact of the matter remains that his opponent cheated and inflicted some damage on him as a result of having cheated, not as a result of having competed. And that's where the focus should be. If it weren't Deontay Wilder, I would still feel the same way. I would feel the same way if it was happening to Fury, or if it was happening to Alexander Povetkin or anyone else. If it was happening, if it had happened to Alexander Usyk, I would feel the same way. There is a terrible injustice here. And if it were to be covered in the correct manner, focused on in the correct manner, this is the type of thing that could bring the sport to its knees. How does someone get in there and be able to cheat like they do and never get caught by commissions, sanctioning bodies, security people, or anything, right? Think about it. They never catch anyone. But yet and still we've had the Margarito situation, the Luis Resto, the situation with him. We've had Felix Trinidad. We've had so many circumstances, and even guys that we might not know of that have benefited off of cheating, whether it be with hand wraps, gloves, a combination of them, and things like that. Sorted things happening with someone's water in the corner. You know, if you watch my Three Wise Men of Boxing show, Scrapbook Boxing and Curtis Anderson talked about fighters, fruit being poisoned before the fight. And when they took it to the lab and had it examined, it had some kind of sleeping agents in it, the chemical compound. So when the fighter ate the orange, he got sick, he felt weary and everything, but he didn't eat the whole thing. So that kind of saved him. This has happened in the history of the sport for a long time. But at such the highest profile, for them to try to dismiss it and not talk about it at all, come on, man. And then you have a professional like Vinny Pazienza, who just was on, yesterday and today talking about this. And he gave you heads up straight from a professional fighter who's not even fighting today. Okay. His career is over. But here it is. He's telling you what's happening. Come on, man. It's time for people to wake up. It's time for people to wake up. You just want to be on the bandwagon for someone who was awarded a victory over somebody you didn't like. But what about the life and the livelihood of the participants in the sport? You have to have some type of integrity. Otherwise, everything just goes out the window.
Always summing it up. Always summing it up. I put some pictures up just then throughout. The last one I showed you was what we all saw, the whole world saw when he took that mask off. Just the way he was looking. And those injuries, those injuries, I saw those in July. But people still want to make these dismissive claims, and they want to bang on about how, the dent, it's not there now, so it couldn't have happened. And I've been on this stream for an hour and 12 minutes, and I've just done my own research from a simple Google search. With stuff like that, you get surgery. So when Wilder says he's got 3 doctors that can prove the injury could not have happened in a standard boxing bout, best believe him when he says that, because
Listen, he can get Curtis Anderson in scrapbook boxing, which that would be very easy for him to
yep.
do. And scrapbook got boxing in the early 1800s. He could tell you never in the history of the sport has an injury like this been sustained without it being fraudulent, without it being tainted and tampering going on. When Schmeling, when Max Schmeling beat, I think it was, I forgive me because I'm not as good as the guys with those older fighters, but he beat a man so poorly that he knocked out all his teeth and he has broke his ribs and everything. And every time he hit him, he broke something. He had loaded gloves. He had weights in his gloves. And the thing about it is, a lot of money was bet on him to win in one round and things like that. And so he went out there to get the job done, but cheating. I have it on great accord that a former professional fighter, cruiserweight champion that I know, told a story where I was earshot to hear the story that someone of noted coaching history, and I am not going to mention the man's name, he went to their gym to spar. Let's just say it was in the early 80s, okay? And he sparred a guy, and he was like, man, this guy's hitting kind of hard, And when the sparring session was over, and they, guys get out the ring and, they start taking the gloves off, taking the hand wraps off and stuff like that. The guy that he sparred didn't know that he was watching him. When he took his gloves off, a weight came out of the glove. And he was like, oh, hell no. He's like, I'll never come back to this gym again. And it's a very famous trainer whose gym this was. And he was in there with these guys, and they were trying to hurt him. It happens. It happens.
Unreal. Tyrone?
Yeah, I was even trying to run numbers. I'm still trying to find like exact numbers for the pressure needed to make that sort of dent in the skull.
Well, I can tell you this, Tyrone, that human bone will break at 8 pounds pressure.
Okay.
8 pounds. That's not a lot. Bruce Lee spoke about this when he was talking about training for martial arts back in the 60s, and like how women can do certain things to defend themselves, but never get the impression that the woman can overtake the man, because just naturally by genetics, men are stronger and things like that, you know. But of course, that was the 60s where he was saying this. But he said you can kick someone in the shin or whatever. And he said 8 pounds pressure is a child's power. Okay, a small child. A small child can produce 8 pounds of pressure. So human bone can break or fracture under 8 pounds pressure.
Yeah. I'm just kind of confused about just how 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 I'm trying to think about how he could actually do this, with just his bare fist to put that dent in his.
It wouldn't happen with his bare fist. He would have had something in the glove to weigh the glove somewhat, so the glove wouldn't be entirely, because his hand wasn't in the full end of the glove at all times. So it had to be something of enough weight that it would simulate a hand being in there. So again, if you're talking about egg weights, you know, the young man who was sparring with him and busted him out on that, I can't think of his name. What is his name?
Nicholas Asbury.
Nicholas Asbury. I can never think of that man's name when I need to recall it. When he discovered what he discovered, right then and there, Fury could have been brought up on charges.
Should have, yeah.
And the thing is like how much are you going to allow this man these provisions? This is how you know he's severely connected. And when I say connected, it doesn't mean like he got people working for him or whatever. No, that he has affiliations with money that runs deep, and that money can it can stave off a lot of problems. And it's not that he's such a great guy, because he's not. But as I said, this is the type of thing that could bring the sport to its knees.
Yeah.
That's why when you talk about the subject, excuse me, I know someone was about to say something. I just want to add this. That's why when you talk about the subject, don't speak from an emotional standpoint. Don't speak from an opinionated standpoint. Speak from an actual and factual standpoint, because this is what the masses need to hear and get on board with, you see, and that's what's important. Remember, I opened up my comments by saying, for all the people who were just pleased to see Deontay Wilder lose, because whether they had a bias toward him because he's a black guy, whether it was because they didn't like him personally or his style of boxing, or they just didn't like how he looked or talk or whatever, put those biased prejudices aside and look at it for what it is. You see? Because this is like, dude, they're not saying it, but I really think they were trying to kill him that night. What else could they have been trying to do?
Especially when he didn't look, especially when Tyson Fury looked bigger and fatter and out of, even worse shape than he was the first time.
Well, I disagree with him looking like he was in worse shape. He just looked a hell of a lot bigger. He'll never have a body beautiful, right? But he looked bigger. I've seen guys who are out of shape, and what was surprising to me was the fact that he weighed so much, but he didn't look much different from how he looked in the first fight. He was just more mass, which in that instance, Pazienza is correct. If he was using HGH, that he could come in at his regular walk around weight, which is whatever it is, but still be strong. And his his everything seemed to work in his favor, from the fact that Deontay wasn't right for whatever reason, to how the referee wasn't on him about the illegal tactics, and the confidence that his dad had going into that rematch after initially saying that he didn't want Fury to even fight Wilder again because he think Wilder could kill him. So how does he turn around so fast on his original position unless they felt like they had some things lining up in their favor?
Yeah.
He was willing to bet David Hay 200 pounds or something. He said 200,000 pounds or whatever it was. I don't know the ratio of the pound and the dollar, but you know what he was basically saying was, I'll bet a huge pot, a huge bag on my son beating Wilder. I guarantee it. Dude, that, of course, to the layman ear, it sounds foolish, right? It's like, man, you crazy. But I watched that interview and I saw it when it happened, when that interview took place. And David Hay was kind of looking at him like, I don't gamble, you know. But you could see from David Hay's response that he's like, this guy really believes. Do you understand? So it's like, it sounds like a madman talking, but hindsight being 2020, you look at everything involved and you have to say that this man may have had an inside track on how things were going to go. And Deontay Wilder has been fighting in the heavyweight division his entire career, going back to amateurs. So if Fury is so damn powerful, how come he wasn't doing that to the lower statesmen like the Tom Schwartzes and the Otto Wallens? Huh? He didn't do that to those men.
Yeah, man. I mean, you just made great points. I've looked at Fury's fights, all of them, every single one. There might be one or two that haven't been put on the internet, but all of them. I've only seen out of his, how many fights has he had? 31 fights. I have seen only twice in his career carry concussive knockout power, and that was against very low level journeyman like fighters. And since then,
They looked like they were diving too in those fights.
yes, they did. But
listen, when he fought Cunningham, I'm sorry, Watcher.
No,
but
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
When he fought Cunningham said that after, because you know Cunningham dropped him, but he said after that Fury turned into like a madman, you know. And if you recall, against Otto Wallen, he turned into a madman too in the last quarter of that fight, where he was trying not to get stopped on that terrible cut that should have stopped the fight, that he was throwing everything he had at Otto Wallen, and he was pushing and bullying him around and everything, but Wallen was hanging in there. And when he realized at the end of the fight that he could possibly win or had a chance at winning, he fought harder, meaning Wallen did. Had he fought like that earlier, he might have got a lucky and got a stoppage. But it was like he was trying to conserve himself, and I understand, because he wasn't expected to have the success he was having, right? Going in, oh, this is Tyson Fury. This guy is supposed to kick my butt. But he was hanging with him. He cut him. Next thing you know, he was banging Fury at some points in the fight and turned it into a real fight. So the assessment is Cunningham, speaking on Fury and his demeanor, his attitude, and things like that. That's how guys who are on something act.
Yep.
There is so much to put together here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's good, man. We enjoy it. The chat embraces it. That's pretty much what Coach Chris has said. That's why he was fighting so dirty and licking blood like a lunatic, all pumped up and over aggressive. Seen it all before in football. And what'd you say, Tyron?
I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. that
And
whole
read that next comment by Coach Chris as well.
this one.
No, the next one, the last one.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a bit behind. All right, there we go. Yeah, I remember that. They were, forehead to forehead almost, and he pushed Wilder like. You see, Fury, and this goes back to the fight with Jack Reese in that 12th round. There's a reason why fights are stopped. That referee has a duty of care in there to make sure the fighter gets out of there without really those life-threatening injuries and things that can occur later. So, for example, Fury got baptized in that 12th round. He got hit so hard, right?
Yes, sir.
And,
go ahead, bring it. I want to hear this. What you about to say? Go ahead.
Right? He got hit so hard there, and he got back up because Jack helped him. Whether we want to cry about it or not, he got recovery there, right?
Yep.
He made it. When he got up, Wilder went at him. He threw a jab to the body. He threw a right hand that missed. And then he hit Fury with a big left hook. And Fury's eyeballs almost came out of his head. Then he got hit with another right hook. And then Wilder just got over-aggressive. And he missed. And Fury was able to survive that fight. Now, that head trauma, those big hits to the face, is going to make someone aggro. And Coach Chris would probably know about this. What's that film with Will Smith where the football players, they keep having the head injuries and they're going insane?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of the name of the film right now, but he played that lawyer that was trying to defend those guys or something.
Yep. That was what I've been thinking about for last year because I've seen Fury at weigh-ins. Prior to the Wilder fight, he was never this enraged, never this angered. And then Chris talked before about concussion. That's it, concussion. Yeah. About the human growth hormone. And then all pumped up and over aggressive and all that. That combination is extremely dangerous.
Of course it is. Well, that's why it's outlawed. That's why it's outlawed. When we talk about fantasy things, we see stuff like Captain America and the Incredible Hulk or whatever, right? But what do they have in common with what we're talking about? Men who have had something put in their bodies to make them superhuman-like. That's what all of this is. PEDs and HGH, all of it. That's exactly what it is. It is to take the natural and make it more than natural. That's not a good thing in professional sports, let alone combat sports. Whatever happened to being in shape and being in condition, being rightfully conditioned to go out and to excite your athleticism in what you do professionally. This right here is something different. And where I thought you were going to go, you stopped just short of it. But this is what you can go back on my channel and look in my archives on my conversations about that first fight. The problem I had with Jack Reese when Fury went down in that 12th round, remember, it's a 12th round of a championship heavyweight fight between heavyweights. And Fury had been down early in the fight too. And mind you, he never behaved in that first fight like he did in the second fight at all. So the second fight is not his true temperament. What you saw was his true temperament the first go round. However, when he went down in that 12th round, the reason that Jack Reese was supposed to wave that fight off. Now I'm breaking it down here, right? That's what I do. The reason that Jack Reese was supposed to wave that off was, listen to these reasons. One, it's the 12th round of a heavyweight championship fight. It's the man's second time. And when he went down, his eyes were they were gone. Okay? He was out. Two, he was in there with the most devastating puncher in the sport today. Okay? Three, it was early in the round. When he knocked Fury, I think it was like between 26 to 30 something seconds into the 12th round. It was very early in the round. Okay? Those three things alone. And because Fury, who, as we've stated, has had chemical dependency problems and everything and was knocked unconscious like that, you have to be looking at the better interest of the health of the fighter. So by not waving that fight off, this is what I had to say going into that fight. Coming out of it. If Fury had gotten up, finished the fight like he did, gone home, collapsed or slipped into a coma in his bed sleeping later that night, we would have had a true tragedy on our hands. To my knowledge, he didn't even go to the hospital after the fight. He was knocked out. He should have gone to the hospital if he didn't. And if he did, maybe they told him some stuff that he won't reveal. Like Wilder has finally revealed that he's had some medical complications beyond this second fight, right? Maybe Fury is masking something still. Because at that juncture, his health and well-being should have been the thing first and foremost, not hoping that the white guy can finish the fight, according to Jack Reese. Because we've seen Jack Reese step in and stop fights a little soon. He practically yelled at Fury to get up as if he were working for him in his corner. But to make a decision like that and to not have the health and safety in the best interest of the fighter, but you're looking at something else, that speaks volumes. And I spoke about that when it first happened. I said that man is lucky he didn't go somewhere later that night and collapse or go to sleep and didn't wake up. Wilder hit him with a serious two-piece, bro. The right hand landed, but the left hook cleaned him up. And the man was out on his way to the canvas.
I was going to say that about the whole coma thing, leaving the fight, and then all of a sudden you've slipped into a coma, or you've got something going on with your brain. When Jack Reese says stuff like, I'm doing it for the spirit of the sport, fuck all of that. You're in there to protect both. You should know that early in that round, if Fury gets up from that, and let's just say Fury got put down again, then what? You got to scream in his face and count to 12 again? And this is another thing I noticed in that fight. Round 9 was very interesting from what Jack Reese was doing. I'm going to bring it up right now. I'm going to share screen it. I won't show the actual video footage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just show a nice screenshot of it. Because when you're a ref, you're meant to be in there being a professional. There is no emotion. There's just that courtesy of the fighter, that well-being. Because we've seen too many pass away in this sport. Now, let's just wait for it. Here we go. Okay. And this count was long as well. Let me just pull it up in a sec. Tyrone should be back soon. Just a big mess. All of this, just a huge mess. You know, I'm certain more is going to be revealed. Let me just look at this chat real quick. Yeah, he will have it rough when he's old. Don't you worry about that. The UFC, Chris, they're full of shit because one of their champions has tested positive like twice. He tested positive for picogram, and they let him fight 2 days later.
Picograms.
Yep. All right, here we go. Hold on. Now, what's Jack doing smiling at Fury here?
Get up. Get up. 1, 2.
Let me just go back.
Let's go to the punch.
No, this is the 9th round, man. This isn't even the 12th.
He didn't even really hit him that hard, honestly. Even Wilder admitted he barely touched him. He just went down.
He caught him on the crown of the head, which is a soft spot. You can get hit there, and it can make your legs do funny things. I've seen a number of fighters catch that shot. Tyson used to like to hit his opponents on the top of the head like that when he was young.
Put them out with that shot. That left, that nice left hook that he'd throw. So yeah, Chris, you also addressed that. I just don't. I'm looking at other fights to see the injuries, and I'm looking at certain fights, not just with the whole Dent injury, but also the ear cut, because that's another sticking point for me. Now, if we watch a fight that Wilder had, for example, with Johan Duhaupas, the Frenchman, Johan was, going forward at a pretty good pace. He was really walking Wilder down, probably in a faster manner than Fury was. Now, I did my own digging, and I watched the Margarito fight. And I watched a fight that he did with an Argentinian known as Sebastian Luyan. Now, Sebastian was relatively unknown, and Sebastian was there just to probably make Margarito look good. Now, in this fight, Margarito was the one that was, doing his usual self, pretty much just going forward and throwing punches, the big left hook, the big right hand, the right hook to the body, all those punches. And Mr. Luyan, who I will bring up right now, he suffered a good old cut on his ear. Okay? Let me just bring it up. This is a fight where Antonio Margarito was, in fact...
The guy's ear was hanging off his head.
Yeah.
I saw that before, actually. Francisco Vargas versus Stephen Smith. That happened recently. I've actually seen stuff like this.
That's the injury that he had, right? Now, please, anyone, correct me if I'm wrong, but what was the fight you just said, Tyrone?
Francisco Vargas versus Stephen Smith literally cut his ear off way worse than that, and that was recent. Probably like 2018 or 2017. Let me see.
But listen, go back to that picture, Watcher. Put that picture up one more time, please. And sorry for the grotesque image for those who are out there watching, but I want to say something about it. Put it up one more time.
Just a second. Yeah, Tyrone, that was off a headbutt.
Look at the contusions of his forehead there on the left side of his forehead. Look at those contusions. See those lumps? Dude, that's not from just getting punched in the head with a fist.
That That's disturbing. The fight you spoke of, Tyrone, is that was from a headbutt, and then in the UFC, I saw someone else's ear half hanging off, from an elbow to the ear. I've seen another instance where I think Connor might have been bleeding out of his ears a bit as well. I'm not so sure. That photo was pretty bad. So I apologize to everyone. But
Yeah.
this is where people's integrity and bullshit is exposed, because they just act like a little cut in Wilder's ear is nothing. But when I research fights, and I can't find other fights where there's injuries like that just from a normal punch in a normal glove, unless it was a headbutt that was accidental or an elbow, that worries me. That seriously does. Let me just see this chat. Cuts happen all the time. Not inside the ear. Loose. I remember staying up late in 2002. Yep. This is a seriously messy situation. And they're going into court this week, not for all this stuff, but for the mediation. So what do we think's going to happen with that? Tyrone, I think you've touched on it a little bit. But you can speak on it. Speak on that whole thing.
Like mediation, I guess they're just going to some old guy to try to work out their problems before they actually go to. They're not in real court yet over this, so I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? They might agree to something, so it doesn't have to go to court. Who knows? But
well, that's what I was saying earlier, I think, or on another stream, that I would hope it doesn't go there because, you know, going to court for this arbitration as well, dude. Like, I'm not interested. I just want to see the fight at the end of the day. What is so hard for what is so hard about this? You know, yes, COVID has hit, yes, but look at what Javonta and Leo did. You know, look at what they did. They got like what 9,000 in the crowd. Riga's Prograis was on the undercard. You know, they can do that for those two heavyweights. You know, they can do that. Now it's Tyson who is demonstrating signs that he doesn't want the fight. This guy is caught lying all the time, man. He is clearly lying. He is an idiot with what he says. He's on camera saying he accepted all the dates. That means Bob Arum put a date to Tyson. He put a date to him and he accepted. That date was December 19th. Wilder accepted that date. So what is the fucking problem here? Why can't this get made? Someone on some end doesn't really want this. Or they just want something more out of it. Because now the whole world is, their eyes are glued to this now. Anything either of those two say, Wilder and Fury, don't know. Let me see what Coach Chris put here. It's going to have to get put back if they want fans. Cases on the rise. Is it? Okay. Look, Wilder said he doesn't care. Crowd or no crowd. He said he doesn't care. He just wants to fight. I mean, look at what he tweeted out yesterday. Did you see what he tweeted, Tyrone?
Mm-mm.
Did you say yes or no? I couldn't tell.
No, I didn't see it.
He said, let me see what he said. Stormy's back in the chat there. Can't wait for the fight this weekend as well. I like that stare down between Crawford and Brook. This is what Mr. Wilder said. Hey Tyson Fury, don't worry about me. I'm fine, blessed. The only thing I want from you is for you to honor your agreement and fight me. I gave you 2 shots when I didn't have to, and it changed your life. Now it is time for you to be a man and give me my shot as you agreed to. I don't see anything wrong with that. Completely reasonable. Completely reasonable. I heard Fred. What is this? I don't even know. Well, which video was that? Because that was the one with Wilder, wasn't it? Boz? Look, man, I don't care about that behind the scenes shit. Fight's got to happen. If it doesn't, he's getting stripped.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to run. I got to get ready for my show at 8 o'clock Central here, the Three Wise Men. So I wanted to say salute to Tyrone. Good to see you again, Tyrone, on the airwaves here. And Watcher, thanks so much for having me on. Like to get on with you again, where we can, do a full show with you and everything. But yeah, I got to go and get prepared. I got like 20 minutes.
Excellent. Salute. Go subscribe to Stormy, guys.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. We got a good one tonight. We're doing the 28th anniversary of the first fight between Holyfield and Bo.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. I'll try to just need to finish this homework up, but I'll try to make it in.
All right, guys. So take it easy. Peace. I'm out. Okay.
Take care.
Peace.
All right.
Okay. Far out. Why gotta do this crap now? Far out these emails? Jesus Christ. Book to go to the gym? That's whack, man. I don't have to book. Why can't I just walk in? That's ridiculous. All right. All right, we'll finish up soon, but I want to talk about Brooke Crawford.
Yeah.
I like the stare down yesterday. I like Brooke's energy. My biggest sticking point for this is just Kell Brook showing up. Just him showing up and doing the best he can. Because I think this is a bad style for Crawford.
Yeah.
I've looked at Crawford's past fights and his knockouts. He really has not. I reckon the closest in terms of frame and size is Ndongo, and
that guy's like a stick.
Yeah, he doesn't have very good punch resistance at all.
Body or head.
Yeah, I think Fred's still got the video up. Yeah, I mean I saw it. I saw it. I reckon Kell's best is the jab and the right hand. All the other punches are there to deal further damage, but the jab is the real one for me. If you look at Kell, he's really... Look at the 2 losses, okay? He lost to someone at middleweight, and he was piecing Golovkin up. Now, was he hurting him? Probably not the way maybe a Canelo could. But he was doing very well, and the towel got thrown in. The Spence fight, he was winning, but he faded a little bit, and Spence really put it on him.
I think it was
and the eyes gave in. Now, a lot of people want to call Kell Brook a quitter for that, but dude, you need your eyes. You need your eyes. Okay? When we talk about eye sockets and all that, you need that. Okay? I'm glad you said this because I think the complete opposite of that. He takes a very good body shot, Brook. He's so much.
I said Ndongo couldn't take a body shot or a headshot.
Yeah, he can't. This is a good point by Coach Chris as well. Ndongo is just not as physical. Yeah, he does, but you got to understand, Crawford has not had to use that as much. Kell has. When you use it, you get used to it. You know different body types. He's done it to very physical guys like Sean Porter. he's been able to neutralize them, just hold them nice and tight there. So, what are your thoughts on the whole fight, Tyrone?
I'm probably going with Brook for the upset, quote unquote. He looks ready to go. And
I
Crawford
like
getting
I
hit.
like both. Sorry, I like both fighters, so I just want to get a good fight. But continue.
Crawford's been getting hurt recently, and I don't know if he's able to apply that pressure. What's his name? Brook. Then I think Brook will probably be able to take it.
I think if it's on the inside, if it's on the inside, Crawford can fight on the inside, but I don't think he can do it as well as Brook. You know, what people overlook is Brook's skill and his ability and his technique. He's been schooled well in boxing by that Ingle family. You know, the use of the lines, movement, the angles. He's very good, Mikkel Brook is. He's a very, very good fighter. Crawford is hard as nails. He's tough as nails. But for me, if he gets hit on the chin, he's gone. He is gone. Because Mean Machine doesn't hit that hard. And he was able to put him like that.
Yeah.
Crawford is a mean dude. High streets of Omaha, Nebraska. Yep. He sure is. He 100% is. Let me just see this. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the footage as well, that Top Rank upload. But you know, the shit with what Andre Ward is saying, you know, he's not the big fish. Like, you know, Spence isn't the big fish, and this and that. That for me, Mark Kriegel as well. Oh, I can't stand him, man. Can't stand him. Mark Kriegel's just, man, that dude is terrible. Would you agree?
He's not the best. It's putting it lightly.
He's not the best. So, yeah, I mean, let me see this comment. What I think of Dante's boxing nation, it's good. It's all right. Oh, man. I think Bud gets in these phases where he just starts trading to start dogging him. Yeah. If he tries to dog, he'll get knocked out. Kel throws that right hand straight as an arrow. I'm telling you. He throws it right down the pipe, and it's quick. It's quick, man.
I just don't need Kel to be stiff.
Yeah, and I don't think Crawford can stop Kel or drop him, because Golovkin struggled to do it, and Errol struggled to do it, and they both hit much harder than Crawford.
Yeah.
And then you've got the defense of Kell Brook compared to someone that's a lighter puncher in Igis Kavalaskis to Kell Brook, who hits harder and who's more accurate and who's more active.
Will win the fight. I'm just trying. I'm looking over some of his not highlights, but his past fights now. But continue.
Who's past fights?
Kell Brooks.
Which one are you watching?
The one with the Marine guy that they brought from over here, DeLuca.
Right? Oh yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, he knocked him out with a jab.
Yep.
He knocked him out with a jab. But yeah, I'm actually gonna wrap it up now. It's been a good show. Thank you for coming on. Thank you to Stormy as well. Thank you to the other people that tuned in as well. Man, I'm glad this fight's happening. It kind of breaks it, all the drama up from boxing. It's just you know, This breaks it up. This is good for the sport, this fight, you know? Just as long as there's no bad scorecards or whatever and all that good stuff. But yeah, go check Tyrant's channel out as well.
I'm gonna change the name to it hopefully this weekend. I've
You
got
gotta change it to a Get KBL official.
how about I'll do that.
Oh my god. Jeez. I mean, a Get KBL pound for pound. Probably
Yeah, get Cavall pound for pound.
the best technical German boxer.
all
Nah,
time.
dude. I just asked you about him once and you're like, he's so effing shit, you go.
Oh yeah, he's shit, dude. Like fucking his best win, and they keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. He was supposed to fight Joe Joyce. He pulled out. He didn't want to fight Dubois. He doesn't want to fight anybody serious except if it's for a bag.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Manuel Cha.
Yep, same thing.
And I've been saying Ortiz should just go for Cha. Just get
Char will be holding out. He won't come out until there's big money involved. If there's no big money, he's going to stay in there. This guy has not fought for 3 years.
Remember those talks of Joshua Cha?
Yep. That's what he's
Yeah.
waiting for.
You can't wait for it. Joshua won't give him the opportunity. But then again, Joshua's not his own boss, so he'll probably get persuaded. But yeah, that's for another time. All right.
Yep.
And yeah, with that, I'm out. Thank you all and peace.
Peace.